Hey friends, I've been asked to do a pack dump, the pack I've been using. This is my everyday carry, bug out bag, get home bag, and hiking pack all combined into one. So before I go any further, yep, that's right, disclaimer time. The items I'm going to be showing you are the items I've found over the years that work great for me in my region. And of course everything you'll be seeing here, it's in the pack at all times. These items might not be necessarily right for you, so make sure you do your research. What I'm doing is basically just giving you an idea of some of the items I use maybe to help you out with your kit. Now of course I change things out seasonally, like winter, summer, fall, spring, and if it's going to rain or snow or whatever. Okay, let's get started, shall we? This is the Outdoor Products pack I found. I think this is a 46 liter. I found it at Wally World on clearance sale. Let's start here at the back. It's just your basic pack. It's got the padding here, waist belt. The only thing I wish it did have is the little pad here that goes to your waist belt. But it does a good job. I don't use the waist belt in 10 pounds and under and 10 pounds and over. I do use it. The most weight I've had in here is 23 pounds. Basic shoulder straps, they're somewhat comfortable. Chest strap. I have noticed in the pouring down rain they do slip a little bit, but it's really not that big of a deal. Flipping around over here, we've got one compartment here, another compartment in the center, got this little handle on there, and another compartment over there. Usually I put my water in these side compartments and trash for easy access, and then the rest of the pack from here to here is pretty much all internal. This handle, originally I didn't like it, but after one time out in the woods, of being somewhere I wasn't supposed to be, this came in real freaking handy to grab it and shoot up through the woods. So, yeah, I do like it now. Of course, you got two hang straps on the top up here. One grab handle, and the other one there to hang it on the wall or wherever you want to do with it. Alright, let's crack this sucker open. We're going to start with the top section right here and see what all's inside. Okay, here's how you access the main compartment. We'll get to that little bugger here in a minute. Of course, another thing I'm not very happy about is the yellow straps. It's kind of hard to be stealthy with them like that. Not a deal breaker. The first thing I did when I did get this is I took all the factory cordage off, put the 550 on there, added just a basic little compass and a carabiner. This unzips all the way out. Normally I wouldn't do that because everything just kind of falls out all over the freaking ground, but we'll just undo this today. Up here is just the basic items. I'm going to start with my glove. I've got two pair of gloves in here somewhere. Come in real handy. Of course, we got the Sawyer squeeze. A simple bandana for filtering waters and other uses. And yes, I am the king of Ziplocs. Ziploc. This is actually a trash bag I'll be using later on today. This is a Ziploc that has a coffee filter in it. Then here there are two 50-gallon drum liners. Obvious uses for these: shelter, collect water, ground cloth, put leaves on there for a nice bed. What else we got? Trash pickup, of course. And a raincoat works it real handy. So there's two of them with some 550, another Ziploc, more 550, and more 550. That pretty much does it for the top compartment here of the pack. Now, over here we have this compartment. This is going to be more my everyday use compartment. This is what I get into during the day and keep items in there I need. That way I don't have to dig into the pack. Just put this out here so that everything doesn't get covered with dirt. Medical needs. Pair of glasses, because I'm about blind. Just basically some snacks, Cliff Bars, jelly, granola, that's not a granola bar, it's Crunch Bar, salt, pepper, drink mixes, sport drink mix, and energy drink mix. And get your electrolytes back going. Over here is kind of like my medical kit, just a basic kit, nothing really spectacular in here. Just a couple packs of cigarettes, ibuprofen. Oh, here's my aqua tablets to purify water with. Another little basic tripod, glucosamine pills, duct tape, Benadryl. Everything's escaping from the package. And that really pretty much does it for here. On the side of the pack, you're going to notice I got the old hand sanitizer there. And these straps here, there are to cinch it in and out so you can put more stuff in here. And the same thing with this strap here on the top. Because if you really wanted to, you could actually put your bedroll in here, maybe a tent or something, and clamp it down. Alright, let's get into the good suction. This just has your basic drawstring on there. No big deal. The pack is set up where it could actually hold a nice little water bladder in there. And it does have two internal supports, here and here. Don't mind that noise, that's just the railroad police driving by. They can't see me up here, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, that's just railroad police. We got a section right here. This is where I mainly put my food stuff. And this is basically my cook kit setup. We've got a towel in there, titanium spoon, titanium spork. You've seen that in other videos, so that's not a big deal. Lately I've been storing all my batteries in here. Another good idea when you do store batteries in your pack is keep them all separated. I've got plastic in between all of them so they don't ground out and start a fire. That's the last thing I need to have happen. Food products. Now remember, I got this pack set up as my bug out bag and my get home bag. So we'll talk about that a little bit more at the end of the video. But of course the Mountain House, we got the beef stew, eggs, love that stuff. Oh, more beef stew. What do we have here today? Ah, yes, the good old granolas of blueberry and beef jerky, which I'll be munching on a little bit later, I am sure. This is one of my new purchases. This is a little flashlight I bought. I think this one is Ozark Trails. I'll be doing a feature video on it a little bit later on. But it is right around 615 luminous. Yeah, that thing's freaking bright. Of course, you've got to have your Mylar blankets. Obvious uses are shelter, keep warm, signal system, and whatever else you can think about. That concludes this compartment. Now, this is where things are going to get kind of interesting. As y'all know, I am a very hardcore Alice Pack user. So I got the inside of this set up just like my Alice Pack, that way I can find everything in the dark. So, right here we have an extra t-shirt and I think this one's not wool, but a stocking cap. And you're going to ask why I'm carrying an extra t-shirt. Well, I wear cotton. Not the best thing in the world for hiking. Collects a lot of sweat. So if you don't dry this shirt off before you sleep, you're going to freeze to death. So that's why I carry an extra shirt and a stocking cap to keep my head warm at night. This you've seen. I'm going to pull all these out and then we'll open them up and just take a real quick look at them. This is my fire tender kit, or fire starting kit. One of my Crown Royal bags. And here are just more snacks. We'll show you that in a minute. Cook setup. This right here is a necessities pack. On Gold Steel Bushman. Take a closer look in a minute. And my very cheaply made Coleman Folding Saw. And I just lost the makeshift pin I put in there. I think, yep, that does it for the pack, so let's set this little guy aside. Oh, of course, out here on the bottom, if you notice, I carry a lot of these carabiners with me. They come in very handy for a lot of different things. Get the pack out of the way. Okay, a lot of you have already seen this, so we're going to go through it really quick. This is my fire kit. Basically, there's a little tender ball in there, jute twine. Altoids can for making more tender. Actually, Char Cloth. What else we got? Some good old fire starters I make myself, and steel wool. I think that is 00040 steel wool. Here we have just basic quartz on a steel. What else we got? Ah, here it is. And there's my Char Cloth. Okay, you've already seen my Coleman Folding Saw, and looks like I broke it a while back. Apparently I'm going to have to find another tree limb to shove in there to hold it together. Not a big deal. Next time I find one on sale, I'll grab it, but here's a little piece of tree limb I found. Alright, we'll be fixing you later, off camera. Here's just another little snack thing. That's all that's in there is basic snacks. Double hot chocolate, oatmeal, more Cliff bars, wooden matches, condiments, drink mix, which I'm going to have here in a minute, and a protein bar, and it just keeps going down there. Oh yeah, and of course, Extor Lightor. You never have too many fire sources. The necessity bag, very important, toilet paper. And there's 2 more Mylar blankets. Yeah, obvious uses. Here's my headlamp with the batteries are not inside of it. The reason to keep it from accidentally leaking acid in there and screwing that up. More toilet paper. Just a basic little compass, just a Walmart compass. And nothing expensive. It's got the magnifying glass on there. And another light. I think this one, its batteries are definitely dead in it. Thank God we checked that, but I have extra batteries, so no big deal. This is a Coleman Max, and it is 190 luminous. Of course, crown roll bags, you know where to find those at. This right here is my knife. This is Bushman, and I really come to trust this knife. The cool thing about it is you can make it into a spear, and I have literally beat the crap out of this with a rock on some of my projects out here. The only problem is you do have to sharpen it every once in a while, but not that big of a deal. The other thing I keep in here, the strike force I like to keep with it. Great for starting fires, and it's got a wet fire here stored in the back. A lot of you know that. That was one heck of a spark. Let's put that away. Another knife I just recently started carrying. This is, let me grab it out real quick. This is the Bush Point. Very nice knife. This was designed and made by Kullcraven. I'll be doing a feature video on it here down the road, and yes, I put it through its test, as you can tell. Very nice little survival knife. It's got a lot of uses. If you'd like to see more about it, go to Kullcraven's channel. You can find out how to order one from him, and he's got a lot of great videos on uses for the knife and how it was made. Okay, let's get into my favorite part of the whole kit. That's right, the cook kit. You know I like cooking outdoors. Basics, nothing exciting. Good old Stanley cup. Heads up, if you do use these a lot like I do, eventually you're going to burn that tab off there. I just put a key ring on it. And inside we just got the real lightweight pack stove, tin foil, another lighter, and if I can get this little booger out, it's just your basic jet boil fuel cell. Fits right in the cup quite nicely. Okay. One other item I haven't showed you, and I carried around, kind of around my neck and my hip. I'm going to go grab it real quick. It's hanging over on that tree. Just stood away. This is the Condor H2O pouch, and I just put 2 little straps on it, carried around my neck. That way if I shoot off into the woods, I leave base camp, I'll have my water with me. And in here, just another one of those Stanley, as you can tell I like Stanley, Stanley water bottle, had a little leak on there, no big deal. Put some duct tape on it, everything works great. It's almost 32 ounces, so it gets the job done. And of course, little beaners on there. And this section, just my cell phone, and sometimes I'll keep a backup knife. Okay, I've showed you all the contents of the pack, and this is what's in it at all times. I think the loadout weight on this, maybe 12 pounds or more, not that big of a deal. Now, we're going to go to a whole different subject here, and I want to bring Darby of RiverBendSurvival in on this. I'd like to know his thoughts and opinion. In fact, boom, you've been tagged, brother. I got you. This is my everyday carry, bug out bag, EDC, and hiking pack. Now, with this pack, I don't go that far. Obviously, when I do a distance hike or an overnight, I take Alice with me, so that's not a problem there. But in my opinion, I don't see why you should have 4 different bags when you can do it all with one, because you're basically doing the same thing. What I mean is, your bucket bag or whatever bag you have, the purpose of it is to get from where you are to where you need to be, where your stash is. Because I don't know anybody can carry everything on their back that they need to survive for a year. It just ain't going to happen. So that's why you have your stash spots. For instance, I got a map out, and I marked around the area of all the places I work. Now I'm self-employed, so I travel a lot. And I've seen the furthest distance from my job to where I need to be, which is my home, which came out to be about 17 miles. Now personally, I can hike 20 miles in one day. If you want reference, hiking the Rip Trail, and you'll see the terrain I went through. Now obviously I'm not going to be hauling it, but if I'm in an emergency situation, because I won't be taking the highways, the roads, I've made a map of all the trail systems I can use, like abandoned railroad tracks, sewer pipes, riverbeds, through the woods, just avoiding populated areas. So this bag is set up for 2 days. That means, and actually if you rationed your food out, you can get 4 days out of it. And yes, you can sleep out in the woods. It won't be comfortable, but you can do it with everything you see right here. Now remember, this is not necessarily what you need. So, my opinion, the bag is to get where you are and where you need to be, and from where you need to be to where your stash spot is. And that's my thoughts on why I'm using one bag. Now, I'd definitely like to hear Darby's opinion on this and everybody else's opinion. So, if you could, leave it in the comment section, and tell me what you think about that. That's it. That's everything there is. And yes, there is more room in this pack to throw more gear in there, because as you can see, I had my hammock in there earlier. I've got some extra water over there I carried in with me. And yes, I put a small sleeping bag in there, one of them small ones. So this pretty much concludes the video. I'd like to hear your thoughts on this. And like always, friends, thanks for watching, and stay safe out there.